All right, Shalom. First off, all praises, admiration, honor, and glory goes to Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shai, Bahashim Rakah HaKodash, and double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone. All right, first off, I want to say Shalom to the ones that push this word out in truth and in sincerity, which are the apostles and elders on down to the brothers. And Shalom to the ones that endured its faith until the very end, until the time of Jacob's troubles, which are again the apostles and elders on down to the brothers and a few sisters. All right, so Shalom. So, I'm going to title this video, prepare your soul, for great things, right? I pretty much expounding on this. I did many videos before, right? The Lord will answer your prayers through, inconvenience, right? And I made a statement at camp, pretty much going further into that, right? I'm gonna start off, with this scripture. It's going to be a quick lesson on this. This is Ecclesiasticus 2:1. It says, "My son, if thou come to serve the Lord, prepare thy soul for temptation." Right. So what is that talking about, man? So when you come to serve the Lord, Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahweh Shah, prepare your soul for temptation. Right. Meaning what? You're going to be tempted in this thing. You're going to be you're going to go off. Right. Things are going to start getting hard. That's why, again, you got the parable of the sower, right? You got the seed that fell upon stony ground, right? They couldn't take persecution, right? Things started getting hard for them. They prayed, you gotta hear this a lot, right? Even from own family members, right? You pray and then all the bad things start happening, right? They start saying they call upon the name of Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahweh Shai, and people start complaining that bad things start happening, right? The Lord will answer your prayers through, inconvenience, right? So again, what does it say right here? Prepare your soul for temptation. That can also mean, again, the parable of the sower. That can mean the seed that fell upon the thorns, right? They got choked up. They got taken out of the truth by riches. But one thing that you don't really hear much is that when this scripture talks about prepare your soul for temptation, that also, again, that still leads up to good things, right? Because when you're tempted by the Lord, man, that's the Lord testing you. That also shows that the Lord is actually working with you, right? The Lord will answer your prayers through what? Inconvenience, right? He'll give you hard times. So I looked up, the word, the etymology of temptation. It says, traces back to the Latin word tempter, right? Meaning to handle, test, or try out, right? So I'm gonna get to the main point. They got Latin, Old French, and Middle English, right? Pretty much, they all say the same thing: to be tested, right? To adopt it with a stronger emphasis on testing someone's virtue, right? The Lord would send things your way to test your faith. Middle English, temptation, right? Um, Shifted into English in the 13th century, first recorded in religious texts. Yup, here we go. To mean enticement to sin, right? And that's what they automatically, put it as, which it is true. It also is the enticement to sin, but it's also the enticement, to many good things, right? And I just watched the brother's video, Manatazak Banyanya, right? 144. In that video, he was saying, man, I'm pretty sure it's clips, right? It was pretty much saying, prepare for many great things, man, through the spirit and power of Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahweh Shai, man. We got righteous temptations, right? Because there's going to be a lot, of things, especially this man that runs this society, right? The things that he does, we're going to get back on him. Right, what he did to us, we're going to get back on him. That's a righteous temptation, right? Meditating terrors, that is a righteous temptation, right? We have many righteous temptations through the spirit and power of Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahweh Shai, right? So that's also what that's talking about. Prepare your soul for temptation, right? In fact, I'm going to get another scripture, This is Ecclesiastes 7:7. It says, surely oppression maketh a wise man mad, and a gift destroyeth the heart. Right? So what is this talking about, man? Surely oppression maketh a wise man mad, right? That also really goes into a wise man more wiser, right? Why do you think in the last days you're gonna have the ones that sigh and cry for the abominations that be done in the midst thereof? Right? Even today, you still got people that's actually sighing and crying for this shit. This about this, society. Again, you got the mark of exemption, right? When you come in this truth, you will really start seeing, the things that's around you, right? You'll be tempted, right? You'll be tempted. You will become more, mad. It will make you insane, right? But it will also make you wise. It will make you more tempted to see more. It will make you more tempted to do more, right? Again, what did this etymology just say? To test or try out. It will make you try more things, right? In a righteous act. So I also looked up, can the word temptation mean something good? It says technically yes. While temptation usually implies a strong urge to do something wrong, its root meaning from the Latin temptar, as we just seen, simply means to test or try, right? It could also mean right here opportunities for growth, right? When we do these lessons, these videos, to study into things, look up, even right now, look up words. That's a temptation. That's a righteous temptation. And again, the things that's coming to pass, man, praying unto Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahushua, man, that this destruction comes, right? That we get out of this place. That is a righteous temptation. We got many righteous temptations through the spirit and power of Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahushua, man. The things that's coming, and as that brother said, in that video, you got to prepare for many great things, because those are also part of the temptations that you'll go through in this society, right? Meditating, you know, hoping and praying unto Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahushua, trying to do more, right? The Lord will give you obstacles to test your faith and build up your strength. So by the Lord's will, this lesson was edifying. I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahushua, Ba'ashim Rakahakodash, and Shalom.